Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Mannikar, Senior Deputy Director of ARAI, and I'm going to share ARAI perspective on synergizing simulation and testing. Most of you would have dealt with ARAI in some or the other role, but for those who have not dealt with ARAI, a quick introduction. We are a leading research and certification institute for automotive industry in India. We are affiliated to the Ministry of Heavy Industry and Public Enterprises, Government of India. We are playing crucial role in providing the assistance in making policy for assuring safe, reliable, and efficient vehicles on road. We have accredited laboratories spread out on 3 locations, Kothur and Chakan, two areas in Chakan. So we are offering as integrated services, engineering services, research and development, certification, education and training, and technology development as our portfolio of services. Now I'm going to talk more on how we are helping in promoting the safe vehicles. ARAI has a state-of-art first public domain crash laboratory, and we have the pedestrian safety laboratory. We have a competency in both physical testing as well as virtual testing. As a matter of fact, when India raised its bar by certifying all the M1 category vehicle for crashworthiness, last 3 years we were busy crashing the vehicles in our laboratory. 600 plus crash tests we have conducted in the laboratory, 20,000 plus sled tests we have conducted, and we have safety domain experts sitting in this, both virtual testing as well as physical testing. This slide is a little busy slide, but it is showing the road map for the safety, how we are using in our certification and homologation area, the advantage of both virtual as well as physical testing. The many times it is just advantageous to find the worst cases with the virtual testing and do physical testing, minimal physical testing for certification as required. This has been well tried out with the whether it is a Ministry of Urban Development specification verification for bus structures or commercial vehicle structures for various automotive industry standard, be it the stability requirements for the buses, the rollover of the buses, on component side, the seats and their anchorages, and particularly for the bus body. This has been very, very useful procedure for combining the advantage of both physical testing as well as virtual testing. In case of a bus rollover where it is a destructive test, which side to roll over the bus, what is the worst criteria of the bus, and for further these models help us in giving insight at the prototype stage itself. And not only that, we will see in the further slide how we have robustifying our assumptions. This slide again shows a new initiative done by ARAI that is surveying the entire Indian driving population by nationwide survey with the advanced technology of laser scanning. And under this, we have created a database, a robust database with internationally exchangeable format of more than 6,300 specimen, ladies and gents, both in the driving population from 18 to 65 years. This has immensely helped the design houses while they were producing the vehicle for Indian specific conditions. Not only this, it has helped India in setting the global technical regulation for head restraint at a world forum where our data was well accepted to assume that the biggest market needs are addressed. Also, we have made the digital dummies 16 numbers out of our data, and our hypothesis is that with 16 number of digital dummies, we are able to practically see the entire driving population for interior of the vehicle. And this hypothesis was presented in Japan and was well received. And this is now our package of Size India is part of the world-renowned ergonomics packages. This is a new initiative. Again, I am talking in this slide is about the basically our electric mobility bus. We have prepared and we have manufactured the prototypes of e-buses. This with the structural lightweighting, where we have substituted aluminum structures into that structure with from the steel. We have substituted them. A new aluminum extrusion was used there. Electrification was done from IC engine to electric motors. And this ARAI has developed indigenous technology for joining the aluminum sections, and it is waiting for patent. With this was demonstrated in Auto Expo at Delhi, and such prototypes are available as the fully developed prototypes at ARAI for anybody to look into it. It has given a tremendous advantage of weight saving and extending the range for electric vehicle. And in days to come, we expect that this technology will find a lot of applications. This slide again is trying to show how we are using smartly both the advantages of virtual simulation as well as physical testing. We enhance the accuracy of our modeling and its reliability and quality by injecting the data such as material data from our data bank, component characteristics which are not taken from any data book, but physically measured data is injected into the computer modules. The parameters like friction, load, loading rates also are used in the modeling, and this makes the model very robust, and the failure modes are well exhibited, boundary condition assumptions are well tested. With this, we are able to combine the advantage of virtual simulation and physical testing together. Next slide is trying to show you how we have synergized our physical testing and virtual simulation techniques, particularly for the commercial vehicle buses. India is a populous country and public transport is always a government priority. The evaluation of the superstructure of the buses by both CAE simulation and physical rollover has helped ARAI to come out with the structure which are quite optimized, and we have successfully tested the modified design in accelerated mode. Here we have injected properties of the welded joints directly measured from the laboratory, and which has given us a complete level of correlation with CAE simulation and physical testing. This slide shows the similar success story for the commercial vehicle evaluation for truck cabins, where we are able to both physically test as well as CAE simulation of the commercial vehicle cabin for high energy inputs pendulum tests. And this has been widely used technique for accelerating the validation of the testing in a short interval of the time. With the minimal iterations, we are able to come out with the compliant cabins. Next slide is a little noisy slide. It is trying to show you how we are combining the advantage of virtual simulation and physical testing at ARAI for suspension optimization using the hardware in loop configuration. This slide shows you a prototype, which is a model prototype, where the vehicle, simulated vehicle, well ahead of the prototype being ready. And we are able to test on a virtual proving ground. But here, mind well, we are trying to use basically the physical properties of the dampers injected from the test rig in a real time to the model, and this makes the raw model robust. And this combines the advantage of accelerated development cycle and capitalizes on strength of the virtual simulation. This is a synergy for the electric vehicle simulations. This is the regulatory compliance support for rechargeable energy storage systems, such as the important tests like a nail penetration test, vibration and shock test, thermal shock test, and combined vibration and shock test, as well as heating, is done both physically as well as through computer simulation, which is the need of our. And when the global technical regulation is getting set, it demands so much of correlation, and ARAI is able to provide vital data to international forums also. Next slide brings you the different flavor of the simulation and testing combined together to develop the complete technology for adapted lighting system, AFS what we call. This combines the possibility of providing the night vision and while we are driving, and also reducing the glare. And this technology is being developed at a very cost-effective manner for the mid-segment vehicles at ARAI. This combines both virtual road customization, virtual driving environment, vehicle parameter configuration, steering and pedal interfaces, and exports the video to combine the benefit of the technology. We have at ARAI made the functional architecture for this technology, control algorithm, software development, and this technology was demonstrated on a mid-segment vehicle and ready to go for commercialization at ARAI. Now this slide shows how we are balancing the physical testing as well as simulation at ARAI. We understand that early and fast virtual simulation is required at an early stage of a prototyping, before prototype is built at a computer stage and computer model level. But however, we would need a full physical testing to prove entire prototype. This is a little slower, but complete. So we are able to combine the advantages of both the parts by balancing them. We say run simulation where you can, test the rest. That's the punchline what we are saying at ARAI. This slide, I am summing up saying that ARAI works on 3 pillars: state-of-art test facilities, world-class simulation group, India-specific database. Combining the advantage of all the 3, we are able to provide the service for making your product concept a reality. Thank you very much for accommodating me. Thank you, ET, for providing a slot to us. Any questions are there, we will be happy to answer. Thank you very much.